All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive.
It's great to be here.
Today's topic is one that,
Buckle up.
buckle up, because we're going to get,
This is deep. This is deep.
this is a deep one. It's deep cut we're talking about.
Deep cut.
The F2 key.
Yeah.
That's right, the F2 key.
Oh,
You might think, oh my gosh,
and spreadsheet software?
I know what the F2 key does.
Right.
I use it all the time,
Boring.
but maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe we're going to learn something today.
I think so.
So basically,
Yeah, laid on the...
the gist is that this F2 key, it lets you edit a cell,
Right.
like the contents of a cell in a spreadsheet.
Right, like you have a typo.
Right.
Or you need to change a value.
Exactly.
You hit F2, and then you can just, edit it right there in the cell.
That's right. You don't have to retype the whole thing.
Exactly.
And so our sources are saying this is really valuable.
Especially if you have, really complex formulas.
Right. Like one of our sources had this example where you've got this
Oh, yeah.
giant formula. It's like the entire width of the screen.
Oh, I've been there.
And you just need to change one number.
Just one little number.
Instead of retyping that whole crazy formula.
Yeah, just hit F2.
You just hit F2, you go in there and you change the number.
Boom, you're done.
That's it. You're done. So that's one of the big things, but it sounds like there's even more.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people don't realize that you can actually combine F2 with other shortcuts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
For example, you could use the arrow keys to move your cursor within the cell.
So you don't have to use your mouse.
Exactly.
You're just right there in the keyboard.
Right in the keyboard.
Oh, that's nice.
And you can select, parts of the text or the formula that you want to edit or delete or whatever.
And all within the context of editing the cell with F2.
Yes,
So
exactly.
you don't even have to leave that mode.
Exactly.
I like that.
It's all about speed and efficiency.
Speaking of speed and efficiency,
Yeah.
I'm always on the lookout for good bonus tips.
Of course.
And I found one in the source material. It said Control-Shift-U.
Ah, yes.
Now, I'm not a spreadsheet
Power user.
power user, maybe,
Okay.
but what's Control-Shift-U?
So Control-Shift-U basically expands the formula bar vertically.
What does that mean?
So you know how sometimes you have those really long, complex formulas and you can barely see them in that little formula bar?
Yes, especially if you have a lot of nested functions.
Exactly.
Like you're squinting.
It's like trying to read code.
It is.
So Control-Shift-U basically gives you a bigger window.
Exactly. It expands it so you can see the entire formula without having to scroll or squint.
So it's kind of like a zoom.
It is like a zoom for your formula bar.
I like that a lot.
Makes life much easier.
Does. So all this to say,
Yes.
this F2 key,
Don't underestimate it.
don't sleep on it.
No.
It's more than just fixing a typo or something.
It's about being efficient and, not getting frustrated.
Right, like saving yourself some headaches.
Exactly.
And I think sometimes we get so caught up in the fancy features of these programs
Yeah.
that we forget about the little things,
The basics.
the fundamentals,
And sometimes those are the things that can actually
make the biggest difference.
change your life.
Yeah.
Or at least make your spreadsheet life a little easier.
Absolutely.
So if you're listening out there and you haven't really been using the F2 key, or maybe you've been using it, but you haven't been using it to its full potential.
I challenge you this week.
Yeah.
Try to incorporate it into your workflow more consciously.
Really focus on it.
Pay attention to how much time it saves you, how much easier it makes things.
Maybe even track how many times you use it.
You might be surprised
You might be.
at how much of a difference it makes.
I'm going to take that challenge.
I'm going to do it too.
All right. Till next time.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.